Let me start with the video from Captain Smart of Onua TV. Let's look at it. Yes, please.
I care about state of emergency. Memoir. Sam George. You care about state of emergency. Medaka, Mekai. Akufa the time. Medaka. Obia slow state of emergency. Adinta. NDC from 24 to Galamsey. Go to the various constituencies and check. The general secretary, the secretaries, the chairman, the women organizers. What we not to Galamsey? You think we don't know? We know. We know. As a DC, our particular district, MC, our particular municipal assembly, MC, our particular metropolitan assembly. Na ye tu Galamsey wo ho. Na ye ntimi stop here. Na DC, you know, MC, you know. No almost so fast one say. Tell me. Shemo TV no so na catch me. The Committee on Subsidiary Legislation. It was chaired by him. Attorney General we say yenko tu Galamsey awe ye kwayem tamana akufa do wa ban mu no ono na tena so mo mugitum. Parliament publish it. Ne part. So omo de ba me ye be ma o. Me catch now. Me say one fa sa Subsidiary Legislation Committee no. One publish committee no a report no. So omo deba na Ayine o kan say on peneso a me catch them say Attorney General I am sorry, but until then he was the chairman of that committee. AG Dominic say John Mahama Attorney General no on AG Dominic say as the chairperson see enko to Galamsey e Ghana ye kwayem. Why is he not repealing that law? Why is he quiet about it? Yeah, bring the Attorney General's picture. Let everybody see him. You think we are in this country to joke? Me, I'm not a joker. Me, a Kofi Ghana. Me, Kofi Jumau. No, my joke, my jokey. Me, to interpret moka. This Attorney General was the chairman of that committee. AG Dominic say yenko to Galamsey where kwayem. If Mahama says he wants to fight Galamsey, why are they not repealing that law?
That was Captain Smart. Now, what's he talking about? The law he's talking about is here. It's a LI, Legislative Instrument 2462. Environmental Protection Mining in Forest Reserves, Regulation 2022, LI 2462, passed in 2022, actually. Now, the point he's making about the Attorney Generals has to be understood. In Parliament, there are two committees that are chaired by the minority. Ghana has a really interesting argument. Interesting situation in Parliament. That's one of the things that you can tell that we really were thinking in putting it together. There are not many things that you can credit us for thinking, but this one we were really thinking. So the Public Accounts Committee, because it's like an oversight sort of checks and balances committee, is always chaired by the minority, which is significant. So Adom-Otchere is now chairing it. And then the subsidiary legislation is also chaired by the other committee. In 1997, Nana Akufo-Addo was chairman of subsidiary legislation back in the day. Now, so Dominic Ayine, as the opposition, is usually the ranking member of the Constitution and Legal Affairs Committee that chairs the subsidiary legislation. I don't know whether that's not automatic, but subsidiary legislation is chaired by a minority. So the point Captain Smart is making is that Dominic Ayine was the chairman of the subsidiary legislation committee that passed this law. Now, what is the law about? Charles BC will tell us a lot more, but it is about a law that allows people to mine in forest areas. But however, you have to do reclamation. My producer tells me everything is here. Let's read it. Enacted in June 23rd, 2022. The purpose is to regulate mining activities within forest reserves under the Environmental Protection Agency Act, EPA Act. The scope is provided a legal framework for permitting exploration, mining operations, reclamation, that's the key one, and post-closure management within forest reserves. Okay. So how are allies passed? It says the drafting The relevant ministry or authority prepares a draft. The legal review, the Attorney General reviews it, so it must have been Attorney General Godfrey Dame reviewing it and taking it to Parliament. It's laid before Parliament. The LI is formally presented to Parliament and referred to subsidiary legislation. Now, when it goes subsidiary legislation, they look at it, and after 21 sitting day rule, if Parliament does not object, it is passed and is gazetted. So the reason why Captain Smart is concerned about Dominic Ayine is that he was Attorney General when this was passed. And he's saying that he's now Attorney General. He was the chairman of the committee, when it was passed. And that he's now Attorney General. And it should be easy for him to advise President Mahama to repeal it if NDC wants to show any sort of interest in ending Galamsey, because Galamsey is prevalent in those forest mining areas, river, and all of that. So that's the point he's making. Okay, so now let's go to the interview. Before we do that, though, here's a 7-minute clip that we put together that you seem to have liked on social media, so we are repeating it about the Galamsey story. It has John Mahama speaking, it has Senor Jose speaking, it has Paul Adom-Otchere speaking. It's only 7 minutes long. Have a look.
Gold is the one holding Ghana now. And because of Galamsey, we were 80 tons per year. After year, 135 tons. Additional, be brave free Galamsey. So we must be prepared to sacrifice in the fight against Galamsey. Say production will come down. It means that exports will reduce. And then also the issue of employment. Because employment in the Enankodani Bebre. Galamsey. Into Okotia Galamsey, a lot of the young people who currently are surviving with Galamsey would also get unemployed. Into those are two consequences.
If we don't fight for the Ghana that we want, we will not get the Ghana that we need. So if His Excellency the President, and I know him a bit, he's a good, nice man. Whatever is holding him, I don't know. John Mama is a good, fine man. His brain is on point. His children are sweet people. I can't understand that he would think of other people's children to drink this water. I don't think the First Lady in her sanity would ever sit down and approve of any of this when one of the people she loves the most has died. Why should the Minister of Lands be raving and ranting as if he's the only one on the street? Where are the people who said 1 week? Sam George, my brother, Igbo Yo. Okujato, where are you? We have to call you out. My own brother rocks in the Paul. You cannot change your mouth. Please, it's not about your party. It is about Ghana. There should be something we should stand for. Sam George said the president can solve this in 1 week. By doing what? Declaring a state of emergency. And that's true. If any president were to declare a state of emergency, nobody goes there. So that's true. That will solve the problem. There's no question about that. That is true. And if you say these things and you come to government and say that, well, we are in government, as you just said, that the stability of the water is getting worse under your government, worse than when you said we should declare a state of emergency. At a certain stability level, you said declare a state of emergency. Stability level becomes worse. You now have the power. And you tell us that you don't want to declare a state of emergency, and we should listen to all this beautiful English being spoken by a lawyer, that we have done this, we have done you and this and that. All that is okay. It's a political question. The acting Chief Justice told the bar conference this week that the Galamsey has become worse under President Mahama. Felix Kwachofosu, the government communication minister, says he needs evidence of that. He needs evidence of the fact that the situation has become worse. He said nobody has provided the evidence. He doesn't have the evidence. Kolebu Teaching Hospital is reporting things. He doesn't have the evidence. The stability of the water from Ghana Water Company, he doesn't have the evidence. These are the matters that is making the politics unbelievable. So this is the situation confronting the NDC. It is true that the state of emergency could stop Galamsey. It is true. The NDC were right in opposition, and those saying today are also right. Now, this is the situation. NDC was in opposition, says that the thing is at 20%. You need to declare state of emergency, Mr. President. NDC comes to office at 60%, and they say, oh no, a state of emergency, it will come later. Galamsey, yes, own the politics. Council of State, Mr. President knows, everybody knows the kind of people who are there, that you find the people in there. The executive, they are there. Parliament, they are there. The only place where they are, in fact, even the media, some of them own the media. Yeah. Where's our hope? If Mr. President will not do it, it's okay. I'm tired. I've suffered under every government. You guys can come and punish me. It's okay. Somebody should die for something. Omani, my brother, he died for something. But his own people cannot even make what he died for even count. They are thinking that they've raised 3-something million or 6-something billion using government donations and all that blah, blah, blah. To use that to mask and say, I'm thinking of your family. That's the small thinking that you people have. Nothing. Small thinking. You think you give people money and that is it. It's not just for what he wants. He wants you to transform this country. That's why Omani would have been a fine president. Please, we should stand for something. If you're an NDC man and this is happening, talk to your people. Stand out. You should have honor. You can't be an MP with reasonability, with mandate, with allegiance to the Constitution of Ghana. And you see this and keep quiet and come and have the audacity to come and even discuss the fact that the president never used the word state of emergency. Nonsense. Do you have a heart? Do you have a heart? Do you have a conscience?